see. But hey, what's going on, everyone on YouTube? We're just getting the stream together. We're gonna go over my move this morning on Us500. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. I'm just trying to make sure everyone can hear me. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Now you guys can see perfectly. All right, so we're going to be going over my move this morning on Us500. It's been a crazy week this week, right? It's been a crazy week. So on US30, right, we've had, it was like a 21% gain, but we'll just leave it at 20%. We've also had, so we've had 20% gain on US30 this week. We've had 18% gain on US500. Right, and this is all day trading. This is all from day trading. What's going on, everyone on TikTok? What's going on, everyone on YouTube? I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. So this week within the market has been absolutely phenomenal, right? And we're gonna go ahead and break down my move this morning on S&P 500. All right, we're already live on TikTok, all right, but I decided to go live on YouTube as well for any of our YouTube followers or viewers. What's going on, guys? If you guys do have any questions, switch over to TikTok and ask your questions on TikTok. My TikTok is at Mac the Trader. Yeah, switch over, ask your questions on TikTok, because I have my TikTok up right now, so I can view the questions. So I can't view YouTube questions, things like that. So this morning I took 2 positions on US500. In my opinion, Fridays are probably one of the most stress-free days, unless it's NFP, right? But you get 3 other Fridays outside of NFP. And it's probably one of the most stress-free trading days, in my opinion, right? Fridays are usually very straightforward, very straightforward. So the first position we had a 1.63% gain on. All right, second position we had a 3.39% gain on, right? Now we've been bearish most of this week, right? Those of you who were on our last TikTok live and last YouTube live, we actually went over exactly how to find the daily bias, right? And I know we still have some questions on the daily bias and things like that. So because of that, we can go over that. Is that something you guys want to go over? How do I find my daily bias, whether or not I'm taking buys or sells within the market? We can definitely break that down. All right, on TikTok, if we can get 2,000 likes, if we can get 200 more likes, I will be breaking down the daily bias for you guys. So YouTube, you guys will just get it for free. Let's go ahead and take this off the daily. And let's go ahead and take this off the daily. And the hourly, let's go ahead and take this one off as well. Let's just take all of this off. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna be breaking down in this segment how to find daily bias. Day trading wise, should you look for buys or sells? That's what we're going to be talking about in this segment, right? When I am day trading, Mac, when you're day trading, how do you know whether to take buys or sells? Right? Like, how do you know when to look for buy positions? How do you know when to look for sell positions? Help me out. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to do so, right? It's not as complicated as you think. We are live on YouTube right now. All right, we're also live on TikTok. All right, once we get to 2,000 likes on TikTok, all right, then we will go ahead and break down how do we find our daily bias. What's going on to everyone on YouTube? We're going to be breaking down a couple of trades from this morning. If you guys want a more interactive viewing, right, feel free to go to TikTok. Because there you guys will be able to ask questions and things like that. All right, so we're at 2,000 likes on TikTok. Perfect. Let's go ahead and break this down. So someone is asking me, is the cash on the table from the market? Yes, the cash that you guys are seeing in front of you on TikTok, all right, $20,000, that is from the index market. It's from trading. I'm going to show you guys exactly how we traded our strategy this morning. So first things first, daily bias, okay? When it comes to the daily bias, all right, I only look at this time frame once a day, all right? And it's always before I trade. What am I looking for? I'm looking for swing highs and swing lows, okay? I'm looking for directional, say it with me guys, directional structure. Right? That's what I'm looking for. Welcome to everyone on YouTube. If you guys want a more interactive experience in viewing, feel free to join in on TikTok. If you guys do have any questions, what's going on, Maximo Hester? Welcome to the live, my friend. We're going to be breaking down my move this morning on Us500 and showing you guys exactly how I go about trading these markets. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Definitely have you covered. So now that we're at 2,000 likes on TikTok, all right, we're going to go ahead and break this down. Now, in order for me to move on to the next chapter of today's segment, going down to the lower time frames, all right, you guys got to hit 3,000 likes. So go ahead and start working on 3,000 likes while we break down the daily bias, all right? So what I'm looking for as it relates to the daily bias is I'm looking for swing points, okay? Swing points are going to show me which direction is going to be high probability and which direction is going to be low probability. Now, yes, I do pay attention to trend, okay? So as we can see here, okay, on the, within the S&P, we've been in a bullish trend for a couple of weeks now. Right, as we can see, price accumulated down here within this area here. All right, then we started to distribute. We had a retest, another retest, and then we started to distribute higher. More accumulation on the daily time frame, more distribution on the daily time frame. Now we're making a retracement. Okay, so we are currently within an uptrend within the S&P 500 index. Okay, just because we are within an uptrend does not mean on the lower time frames, okay, we cannot look for sell positions. Now you may be wondering, Mac, if you're counter trend trading, right, how do you do that with such high probability? How do you do that and still produce these types of results within the market? Well, we do that, okay, by using and utilizing a certain strategy. And that strategy requires us to understand the daily bias. all right? Whether or not a sell is going to be high probable within an uptrend on a daily candlestick, or whether or not a buy is going to be more probable within an uptrend on a bullish daily candlestick. All right, those are the questions that you're asking yourself. Should you look for buys or sells? So if we're looking at this area here where current price action is, okay, did we last have a swing high or a swing low? That's what you should be asking yourself. Do we have a swing high here or do we have a swing low? All right. I see that we have a swing high. This is our last swing point right here, right? And it's a swing high. This swing high is telling us that once this swing high is confirmed, the following days are going to be high probability sells. Okay? Why is that? Now, some of you may be thinking, okay, but we're still within an uptrend, correct, Mac? Yes, we are still within an uptrend. However, we are participating within a retracement. Okay, price can never go bullish and just stay bullish. Okay, and then price can never go bearish and then just stay bearish. What happens is price will accumulate, distribute, accumulate, distribute, right? And essentially we are staying around equilibrium on the macro time frames. The macro time frames are pretty much all just equal price. Price stays around the mean. Okay, we extend to a certain point and then we retrace back. We extend to a certain point and then we retrace back. Whether it takes years, tens of years, weeks, okay? But this is essentially how all markets move. And there's an algorithm that delivers that price and keeps it within its bounds. Okay, so when you're on these lower time frames, such as the daily, okay, it is considered a lower time frame if you're comparing it to the yearly and the monthly. Okay, the daily will show us all the incremental movements in detail. However, on the monthly time frames, it may just be one huge candlestick that's giving us the price action that we're looking at, right? That's what we're seeing. This is what we're seeing on the monthly, one candlestick. However, on the daily, we see each individual day's information. So once you understand how to actually utilize time frames, it becomes a lot easier to do things like finding the daily bias. For sure. Okay? And that's one thing that you can definitely brush up on if you don't understand how to do so, or if you need more work with that aspect. Join Mac Trading Academy. All right, and allow our mentors to teach you exactly how we trade these markets and produce these types of results. So once you have your swing high, okay, it's not confirmed until the next candle actually closes, right? So for example, we see that we have a bearish swing high here, but it's not confirmed until this candle. That is why once this closed bearish, okay, the night of this candle here, we always have a Monday night webinar, myself and all my students. This past week, I know everyone's been on vacation and things like that. This past week, we had about 375 students hop on, okay? And during that webinar, we were able to, my team and I, we were able to explain exactly why we were looking for sells on Tuesday. And you can see Tuesday came around and we had a phenomenal sell, not only for the continuation on US 30, okay, we took new entries on US 30 sells, okay, and we were still holding positions from the previous week, all right, and we also took continuation sells on S&P 500, which we will go over in just a second, all right, but it's all because this swing high here was confirmed. Every day after that swing high forms, you're going to be looking for sells. Not saying that you can't utilize a buy opportunity if it forms, okay, because we did utilize this opportunity here on Thursday, okay? However, we were utilizing the buy opportunity in order to sweep liquidity and look for continuation sells. Why? Because this swing high here was confirmed. And we continue looking for sells until we have a what form? A swing low. And once a swing low forms and it's confirmed, then you're going to look for continuation buys. All right, this is how my team and I take high probability sells and buys, and also how we're able to produce these types of results every single day. What's going on, Cam Rhodes? Welcome to the live. If you have any questions, man, feel free to drop them. I'm essentially breaking down, a couple of questions as well as going over how I found my daily bias. We'll be breaking down some trades pretty soon as well. What's going on, G-Body? If you have any questions about trading or how we produce these results, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Definitely got you covered. Once we hit 3,000 likes on TikTok, we are going to go to the lower time frames and start to break down these trades. All right, so once you do understand which direction, the market is moving in, based on your daily bias, that is how you're going to go to the lower time frames and actually pick out your trades. All right, you're going to do this by utilizing our day trading strategy. All right, so I'm going to go through the strategy itself, okay? But once again, if you need more assistance on this strategy, or if there will be pieces that are missing. If you want those pieces answered, or you need more assistance, feel free to join Mac Trading Academy, and we definitely have you covered. Thank you to everyone leaving likes. It definitely helps out with the algorithm. Much appreciated. Once we hit 3,000 likes, all right, we're going to go ahead and break down this trade to the lower time frame. Now that you guys understand how to find your daily bias. All right, and when we break this down to lower time frame, all right, if you guys do have any questions about, risk management or anything like that, or psychology, or how to improve your psychology while trading, feel free to ask, and we definitely have you covered. All right, so we need about 300 more likes before we hit our 3,000 like goal on TikTok, and then we will go ahead and break this down. What's going on, Lamb, on TikTok? Hope you're doing well, man. We're also live on YouTube. All right, those of you on YouTube, feel free to drop a like. All right, this is just going to be more content for you guys. I know we haven't uploaded YouTube videos, the past 2 weeks. We have been super focused on students these past couple of weeks, making sure that they're set and ready for summer trading, things like that. Because the volume will decrease within the market, but it's nothing that we can't handle, right? We just wait for the strategy to present itself, the opportunity to present itself. We use the strategies to take advantage. All right, so we've hit 3,000 likes on TikTok. Let's go ahead and break this down. All right, so remember what I just told you guys about the daily bias. All right, once it's confirmed, the following day, you're going to be looking for whatever direction was confirmed. So if we have a swing high, then we're going to be looking for sells. All right, it was confirmed with our Monday candle closure. All right, and remember I told all 375 students that joined in on our webinar, that we would be looking for sells on Tuesday. So now let's go to the lower time frame and let's actually go to Tuesday. All right, as you guys can see, today's trade has hit the market, or it has hit our target, excuse me. As you guys can see here, all right, we've hit our target. Around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this trade produced 3.39%, and our previous trade produced 1.63%. So not a bad day of trading within the market. Not a bad day at all. But let's go ahead and head to Tuesday. So remember what I showed you guys, right? Tuesday was the day where I told all of our students that we would look for sells. Why were we looking for sells on Tuesday? Simply because it was confirmed that we had a swing high in play. Now, Monday was a holiday. It was Juneteenth. It is now a federal holiday. So, the market's closed, even though, anyways, we're not going to get into politics. But Monday was Juneteenth. All right. It is a federal holiday. So Tuesday, after we had closed bearish on Monday, within this area here. Okay, after we had closed bearish, we were looking for short positions on Tuesday. And this is something that all students here at Mac Trading Academy knew based on our Monday night webinar. All right. Once this sell was confirmed based on our daily bias, okay, all we had to do was look for a short position. Now, anytime we're looking for a short position, the first thing that we're going to do is, of course, keep in mind time. Okay, time is going to be the most important thing when it comes to actually trading the index market. All right, you're going to want to pay attention to time. All right, that is absolutely most important. Thank you guys to everyone for leaving likes. Everyone leaving likes on the stream on TikTok. We appreciate you. Much love. All right, so we had someone leave 137 likes. I had to drop a little music in the background. Anyways, all right, so we can see that we have a buy side sweep of liquidity here. That's perfect condition for a short position. All right, once we did sweep buy side liquidity, all right, my team and I were looking for shorts. We were looking to enter the market to go short. Now, an entry took place on the M5 time frame, as well as, and let's go ahead and use the replay bar so we don't have to keep scrolling back in time. An entry took place on the M5 time frame, which we're going to go over, but my entry personally was taken on the M2, M1 time frame, which I'll also show you guys. All right, thank you to everyone leaving likes on TikTok. Much appreciated. We're essentially breaking down my trades from this past week, answering some questions that you all may have as it relates to the markets, entries, all the above. All right, so if we go to the M5 time frame, let's go ahead and break down this entry for you guys. Okay, so the M5 entry wasn't as good as the M2, but it is still here. So this was our buy side sweep of liquidity here based on our macro time frame. Okay, we had our market structure shift here within the market. All right, and I'm gonna have to draw this on the screen so TikTok can see. I know YouTube live can see pretty well, but so we had a shift in market structure here. All right, or market momentum, excuse me. Not necessarily structure just yet. The shift in structure was actually here, but momentum, okay, for this push was taken here. So this entire push to the upside was all manipulated. All right, this was just a manipulated push to the upside. All right, essentially it's just the manipulated range. You can use the manipulated range in order to look for take profits, okay, if you would like. It is something that I do quite often, and it's something that you could have done on this trade here, okay? But because this standard deviation was so close to this swing low here, all right, based on the higher time frame where we have sell side liquidity, this is where I essentially took my profit for about 7% return on investment. So this entire manipulated range, okay, that is how you can select your take profits, and it's how we teach some of our students here at Mac Trading Academy. Some of them decide to, to utilize this strategy in order to, set their targets, and that's completely fine. Right? Feel free to join Mac Trading Academy if you need a mentor within the index market. All right, link is in my bio, in the description if you're on YouTube, and in my bio if you're watching on TikTok. All right, so we had a manipulated range push to the upside here, which you can see on the M5 time frame. All right, the shift in structure took place once price, oops, that was an accident, I accidentally pulled up my calendar. We're gonna go ahead and close that out. All you guys are gonna see is a bunch of meetings lined up for next week, one-on-one sessions with students, all the above. So after we had this shift, excuse me guys, after we had this shift in momentum within the market, right, this was a perfect entry opportunity on the M5 time frame for you to actually enter the market, looking for price to come back into this area and then go short. So if someone asks, do I use the M5 time frame or the M2 time frame or the M1, and which time frame makes all the difference? Okay, so the entry is going to form on one of those time frames. Okay, but you have to understand the actual entry model before you should, go on those time frames and look for an entry short in this case, or an entry long in another case. So I can't really tell you which is best. All right, it's going to depend on conditions within the market, but it's going to form on one of those time frames. All right. Now, as it goes for which time frame do I like to use? I like to use the M5 and the M2. All right. However, if I'm trading on my phone, you guys know that MT5 does not necessarily allow you to use the M5 or the M2 time frame. So I'll just use the M1 in confluence with TradingView. All right. So as we can see here, okay, we have an M5 entry. A little bit of imbalance, price pushes back to the upside. Now, like I said, my entry was taken on the M2 time frame. All right, so let's go ahead and go to my entry. All right, but I did have a team member who took their entry on the M5, which is solid. Honestly, my favorite entry time frame point blank is the M5. But that M2 time frame sometimes provides a very, very excellent opportunity. So on the M2 time frame, okay, we had our shift in momentum here, right? When price took out this low right here, this was our shift in momentum. Okay, that shift in momentum was confirmed when price came back up to this inefficient price that was offered, respected it here, and then continued to push to the downside. So this is where my entry took place, right? And then I just set my stop right above this higher time frame swing high, right? Because I know that this is my invalidation area. If price closes above this high here, then this entire trade idea is wrong, okay? Now, it doesn't matter the size of my stop loss, because at the end of the day, I'm only risking 1% of my trading account. So 1% of my trading account, let's say I'm trading with a $10,000 trading account, right? 1% is going to equate to $100. That means that this entire price range here, that means that I'm only risking $700. Okay? This entire price range, I'm only risking $700. Okay? However, if this were to hit my target, right? Here, let's do this. Let's grab another price range. Perfect. Okay. So you guys understand that, right? If I have a $10,000 account, ooh, excuse me, hold on. My bad, guys. I'm thinking other numbers. Okay, if I have a $10,000 account, here we go. Let's write it all out for you guys on TikTok. My bad. I was trying to read TikTok DMs for questions as well as type it out. But I'm just trying to make sure TikTok can we see this TikTok? No, we can't. Okay. Let's move this down just a little bit for TikTok. Perfect. Okay. So if you have a $10,000 account, right, you're only risking $100 within this price range here using the strategy. Okay. That's 1%. However, if you win this trade, okay, ooh, there we go. on. I know you guys can't see it on TikTok just yet. Just give me a second. Perfect. But if you win this trade, right, then you have a $700 return on a $10,000 account. And yeah, you may be looking at that and saying, okay, but for a $10,000 account, right, $700 doesn't seem like much. But you have to think about it in percentages. That's a 7% increase. That's a 7% return on investment. Okay? We have to get out of the mindset of thinking that every trade we take, right, should be, you know, a $10,000 trade. That's not how trading really is. Okay? When you are trading properly, you have consistent returns. So imagine if you have a $700 return 3 days a week and 2 days a week, okay, you lose $100. Right? Let's just say that was the case. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to make sure TikTok is good. All right, I believe we're good. Right? So we have to get out of the mindset of, I want, you know, each of my trades to be $10,000 plus, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's not how trading really works. And once we understand that, right, it makes trading a lot easier. So let's say you're able to, let's say every single week, you only take 5 trades. Now, these trades set up every single day. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, those of you who follow me on TikTok, you guys are able to see, right, that we take these trades on a daily basis. Now, the return on each trade is a little different, yes, okay? However, what's not different is the strategy and the risk. We're only risking 1%. Right? So let's say 3 days a week, okay? Let's say 3 days a week, you win, and 2 days a week, you lose, right? Let's say that's where you're at right now in your trading career. Okay, which honestly is very, very doable. So if you're not there yet, just keep going. All right, but let's say on average, 3 days a week you win, and on average, 3 days a week you lose. Okay? 700 times 3 is 2,100, right? So let's say your gain for the week is around $2,100. With a $10,000 funded account, all right, which is very, very doable. So let's say you're up 2,100. My bad, I'm trying to type with one hand. 2,100. All right, and let's say you lose 2 days a week. Right? So you're down 1,400. Or excuse me, whoa. You're down 200. I'm thinking of 700. Anyways, there you go. Right? So your net, right? It's 1,900 a week. Times 4 weeks, 7,600. Right? In the first month, if you only have 3 wins a week with a $10,000 funded account, trading this strategy, right? At the end of the month, that's a 76% return. right? You're up $7,600. Your account now sits at $17,600. That is why we take the short or the small gains, right? That is why we are consistent within the market, right? That is how we're able to produce these results. If you guys do have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I know this is a different time to go live. We usually don't go live at this time. Usually it's later at night, but it's all good. For those of you that are joined in on TikTok live. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the next trade, right? But just to show you guys, you know, these types of results are very, very doable for anyone. Very, very doable for anyone. It looks like we have 20% battery remaining on my phone, so we're gonna hop off pretty soon here. Is there a short position? There probably is. Within this region here. You guys want to break it down? So the short position that we took this morning from price hitting this target here. All right. I'll also post it on Instagram a little later, but we took a short position here on the M2 time frame after we swept buy side liquidity. Now, why did we take a short position? Well, simply because we are currently bearish on the daily. Our daily bias is bearish. So even though we're taking buys, right, in some areas, let's get rid of this. Even though we're taking buys in some areas that are counter trend, right, at the end of the day, we don't fool ourselves, right? We understand which direction the market is moving in based on the daily bias with what I told you guys earlier. Right? It's going to be important to keep that in mind, right? So the daily bias is still bearish. Now, the higher time frame trend is bullish, but the daily bias is bearish, right? And this is actually about to hit my target. The target is here for the sells. So earlier this week, we actually took a trade live on TikTok, and once this trade here had hit my target, I actually hopped on TikTok live, right? And you guys may have heard the position taken, but I didn't want to say too much because I didn't want you guys to hop in this trade. It's kind of risky to trade on Fridays, especially PM session. So, but earlier this week on TikTok live, we actually took a buy position on the S&P 500. And it hit target. For those of you guys who continue to study the move afterwards, it hit the same exact target that I showed you all. Anyways, so we had a buy side sweep of liquidity here, all right, on the higher time frame, which was also our target for this buy move here. All right. So where our target was, that's where we swept. Okay, and then if we go to the M2 time frame, this was my entry to go short here. You guys can probably hear how passionate I am about trading. So keep in mind, just like what we talked about last time, right? This entire range here makes up 1% of our risk. This range, it's only 1%. That's all it is. It's only 1% of our risk or of our trading account, right? However, my target is here. Now we've just swept sell side here, right? Not quite, but we're pretty close to sweeping sell side here. We may see some type of reaction or pullback. So I am going to keep that in mind. And it's Friday. The market closes in a few hours. So I may actually get out of this position here, but we'll see. But this, if it hits our target, this will be an return added to our already 18% return on S&P 500. This is a phenomenal trade here. This is a fantastic trade. So I'm going to be posting my actual chart on my Instagram story after we get off of YouTube Live and TikTok Live. So you guys can feel free to check it out. Pretty solid. Over 4,000 likes on TikTok. We'll take it. We're going to go ahead and hop off now. I have about 17% remaining on my phone. YouTube, you guys can expect a couple of breakdowns to be uploaded, all right, of my trades from this week. I'm going to try to give you guys a breakdown of each and every trade, all right, but that's going to be a lot of editing, so we'll see how far I get with that. But you guys can be expecting a couple of breakdowns as well. With that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. We're going to go ahead and stop the stream on YouTube, TikTok. It was fun. We may stream tonight on TikTok at like 1 a.m. or something like that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we may stream on TikTok at 1 a.m. so you guys can feel free to join in. We'll be continuing to go over our moves, and then we'll see if this trade here hits our target, which we've set here. Let me show you guys. So we're going to go ahead and hop off. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love.